Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. This is one of my crystal ball interviews that I do each year at this time. This is the second one I've done in recent weeks. And we're going to talk about workforce, the economic development, the slowdown with my guests who are the editors of the two major business publications in New Hampshire. But first, let's go to these graphics to show some of the current facts about New Hampshire workforce. Unemployment rate just announced, 2.5% in November. That's low. 16,570 more employed residents since 2017. That's good news. The workforce, here are the ages. 35 to 44, that age group is down in New Hampshire. Ages 65 to 74, way up. Ages 20 to 34, up, and that's good news. But the population growth is down. Now, New Hampshire's ranking among the states, according to CNBC and their ranking of the states, workforce, we're number 19th, infrastructure 49th, cost of doing business 40th. And these, economy 22nd, quality of life 5th, it certainly is, education 2nd. With me to talk about this and some other things are my two guests, Jeff Feingold, editor of New Hampshire Business Review, welcome.
Great to be here.
And Matt Mowry, editor of Business New Hampshire Magazine, welcome Matt.
Hi Fred.
Nice to have you. There's a slowdown underway across the globe, right? And there is a prediction that we're going to have a slowdown in New Hampshire. But we've got a strong economy right now. Can we weather that storm, Jeff?
Well, I'm not quite sure how we can weather it somewhat, but New Hampshire always historically has been able to weather things a little bit more than other states, especially in the last 40 years or so. We've had a more diversified economy. But there's so many variables at play here, especially when you consider how interconnected we are to the world right now, to the world economy. And there are things that are going on that are way beyond our control.
And Matt, real estate sales are down, and the interest is up. Interest rates are up. One of the key measures of an economic growth, and the inventory is down. One of the indications that maybe we are going through a slowdown.
It is a strong indication of that, and a concerning one. And it just exacerbates an issue that we've been dealing with in New Hampshire of affordable housing, both affordable rental housing and housing that people are buying. And communities are struggling with that. We don't have enough for the workforce that we want to attract, both in the price range and in the type of housing that they want.
And we don't have the rental housing that they can just rent without having to buy.
Right.
That's a much deeper problem, really, than anything, because the affordability of rental housing is just out of control in most parts of the southern part of the state, really. If you go up to Seacoast and Manchester in particular, it's very difficult. We were talking about the possibility of people paying well over 30% of their income just for rents. Just for rent.
Yeah. And now, against the backdrop of workforce are the companies that are expanding. And they are, Dartmouth Hitchcock just announced a $130 million expansion. BAE Systems expanding into Manchester. Lonza Biologic at Pease expanding again, about 4th or 5th time. Hitchner Manufacturing in Milford expanding. And the Advanced Regenerative Medicine Project of Dean Kamen here in Manchester expanding. Where are they going to get the people?
That's what they're wondering. You know, there's hopes that we'll be able to steal back some of the folks that are going over to Massachusetts every day. I'm not sure how realistic that is when they can command much higher salaries over there. You know, we do keep pushing our quality of life. But when you come up against hard economics, I'm not sure that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I think our pay scales in a lot of industries are not matching our neighbors to the south, and that's a concern.
It's one of the secrets to getting people to come in.
And one of the concerns is that we haven't had wage growth in this state. Even though we've had this nice, strong recovery, the wage growth has been pretty mild. Yeah. And that's not exactly the kind of climate that's going to attract people.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the strongest, where would you put New Hampshire in the year ahead, 2019, in terms of weathering any slowdown?
I'll say about a 6 or a 7.
Okay.
But it's not going to feel any effects of it, but I think we're pretty much in good shape for 2019.
Matt?
I'll go with a 6. There's a lot of strong positive indicators out there right now. The construction's got a strong backlog here in the state. The cranes are still up and moving, and healthcare's taking off still in our state.